YouTube. It's gonna go live. Okay, we're live. Giovanni, everything fine on your end?
Yes, hello everybody. Hello Luca. That's me. We go
I
live in
think we are
YouTube too.
live, and we are going to have now a streaming about the new all-time high of Bitcoin,
Yes,
which has happened. So this is a historical event. Can
yes.
you just confirm me you hear me? Because I can't hear anymore.
I hear you. Well,
Okay.
I check now on YouTube if everything is right. What I think is, give me a second.
Just let's make sure we can hear.
Yes. Everything right.
Okay, works. So would you like to introduce Giovanni?
Yes, it's for me and for many people, I think, a great moment because today Bitcoin surpassed 20K, $20,000, and it did it greatly because it's gone until $20,800, and is at least what I checked on Binance, and it did it with a great power, and so I think we have the street plane for going further until I think 22K or 23K for the next days. So great party, and Luca.
Okay. So yeah, no, I see you saying with Bitcoin surpassed 20,000, but actually what I'm seeing is that the US dollar is worth
Yes.
0.00005 Bitcoin and it's going down. I think this is what's happening actually.
Yes.
The Bitcoin is
Yes.
going nowhere. Bitcoin is worth a Bitcoin. It's just all the rest is crashing.
Yes.
Fear says better. So
I think in a couple of years we will
let me
think.
just make sure that everything works. Let me just see. Okay, everybody can hear. Okay, cool.
Yes.
So, Giovanni, the question here is okay, price. Who cares, right? But in cryptocurrencies, in Bitcoin, price is really important because now that we surpassed this all-time high. Many things will change for us as Trips community, for us as people who were involved since during the winter, crypto
Yes.
winter, etc. So things it's just like uh, the whole space, the whole industry, if you want to call it an industry, works behind the scenes or actually works below the surface. And when it touches the all-time high, everybody sees it, and then the newspapers and the media start talking about it, and a lot of dynamics start. Okay,
Yes.
we can't really say what's going to happen, but things are going to happen. So, and we have to kind of be ready for that. This is not a victory. It's not like okay, we made it. No, but it's like it's more like a graduation again. It's like when there's a long winter like we went through, and I went through two winters because I'm in Bitcoin since 2013. You are the idiot. You are the guy who's buying these stupid coins and back by nothing. And what is all this about, right? And then and I've seen in the first 3 years ago the all time high. From a day to the other, you become the genius,
Hmm.
and neither are true. We are not idiots, and we're not geniuses. We think there's value into this, and we're working on this because we love it basically, and we hope to make money, of course. And now we have to learn again how to move into this environment, basically. And it's always a learning process, but it's really, really exciting.
Yes, I think it is a great step. This price surpassing because uh, we we couldn't surpass this price in 2018, 2017, and we didn't do it, and so this is a proof that we can go further, that the Bitcoin is, with the price, of course, is capable to go further, to gain more support. And I think what you said before is funny and real in the same time, because we see now Bitcoin going up, but if perhaps in few years we will think the opposite. We will see fiat currencies, so like dollar and euro going down, because everything else crashes compared to Bitcoin. So this is even a mentality change.
Well, I personally, you get into Bitcoin as a skeptic, which is the right thing to do. And then if you, after a while, you think that this actually is something which has value, uh, the next step is to start thinking about Bitcoin as the real money and fiat money as not the real money. Fiat money, just currency, is something which is good to hold for a very short period of time and spend it for real assets. I've done this. I went through this, psychological step a few years ago, and that changes everything. And my feeling is always the same. I see people catching up with concepts, and maybe this all-time high will make this concept of Bitcoin being real money more widespread. I still think it's not going to be mainstream. Because what we're seeing in this last month, and I don't know if you agree. I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt a moment because I see we have many people commenting. So, hi guys, thanks for being with us. Be part of the conversation if you want to say anything. We are happy to comment. So, what's been happening the last, I would say, a month or two? It's been institutional money getting in, right? These billionaires or big companies, etc. And if they want to get in, they're gonna have to keep people out until they bought everything, right?
Yes.
So if 3 years ago the narrative was, okay, this is the people's money, get in, get protected against the financial world and the situation in which we are, etc. And this is still the right narrative in a way. But now the people who are getting in are not the retail, what we call it, like are the big companies, and they don't want people to start buying. They want people to wait. Okay. And I have a bittersweet approach to this because we had 11 years. People had 11 years to move. They had 11 years to study. They had 11 years to put $1 or a $10, $100, and they maybe have missed the boat because now we are in like an hour ago. When did it happen? Because I wasn't at the computer. How many hours ago?
I think 1 hour ago.
The all-time high.
Not more. Not more.
Okay, 3 hours ago, we were not in all-time high, and I was actually talking on Twitter. It's like this may be the last chance for people to
Yes,
get
yes, 1
in.
hour ago.
And 1 hour.
Yes.
It may be too late. It depends because of course it's gonna go and it's gonna crash, whatever. But I don't know. I think we cannot really cry too much about the fact that people didn't get in because they had 11 years. I mean, how much time do you need? I've been talking about this with friends and family, and
Yes,
7 years.
Yes,
7 years.
you 7 years perhaps. I a couple of years because I'm not a long time in TripsCommunity. So, but the difference is, I think the first and the first time, not the only one, but the first time that I met you, that I knew you, it was in here in fiera, in una fiera, and
Exhibition, right? That
exhibition,
show.
and I knew by the first time I saw you, I knew you had to something big, something great to tell, and there was many great new things to learn. And at that day, I came to you and I asked, where can I learn? And you told me, Antonopoulos, YouTube, this and that. And I started, at that day, I started and I saw hundred videos of Bitcoin. And then few days later, I bought my first 50 euro Bitcoin. At that time, it was at 3,300 dollars Bitcoin.
Dollars.
3,300. 1 month later was 9,000. But
All right. Okay.
like
You
everything,
you entered in a good moment. Then
you start with small steps, no? Not with big money, not with all the money, but start trying and learning and seeing that everything happens well, goes well. And at the other side, since the inception, I told all my friends this is a great thing, this with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and you don't have an idea what great things you can do with crypto. And every time I have to do with banks and normal institutions, I crash and I say, oh my god. We fly, is it is like flying with airplane and then crashing and at the ground. Another
yeah, when you're
speed,
going banks now, it's so
totally
painful.
another
It's
speed.
like, I mean, yeah, you realize how far back they are. But I was listening to a guy talking a couple of days ago who was saying, well, that was actually a Roll Paul, so he's a billionaire who got into Bitcoin. He said banks are full of clever people. They know what's happening.
Yes, of
So,
course, of
and
course.
that's again a bittersweet thing. The
Yes,
moment they
I,
realize it, the moment they can move, then it's too late for everybody else, and it's a pity in a way. So let me say hello to a few people because I see, um, well, my name I think is Bogdanov. Yeah, hi Bogdanov. I see Zeni, I guess from Indonesia. So it must be pretty late for you. Thank you for being with us.
Oliver is following us
Um,
on Facebook.
okay, I'm not in Facebook.
Yes, I
Okay,
check Facebook.
and there's Valerio, and then somebody saying Surf Tranquil, our great designer. He made or she made a beautiful logo, like emoji for the Discord channel. And let me say this to people who don't know what we're doing here, because Trips is not a company, right?
Yes.
What happened, for instance? So we started attracting people to come into in our server, and Surf Tranquil, who I guess is French, it, we don't know him. We have never seen his face, and he just made a nice, beautiful emoji, right? A moving T, and we gave him some trips as a reward, and now this is our Discord emoji. It's amazing. I mean, no company can do this, while decentralized projects like Trips have access to this kind of cooperation. And a way to call this, what we're doing is like it's a new corporation in the sense that people getting organized together in new ways. Normally, corporation get money, then they start paying people a salary to do things, right? That's the process. And what we're trying here is something completely different. We say what we need, so or people understand by themselves what we need. I didn't even know we needed an emoji, a logo for the Discord, right? I didn't know it could be done better. And people say, okay, I'm gonna do it, and they do it, and then they get rewarded. And the velocity of innovation and participation, and the level of synchronization we can reach is amazing. And this is thanks to the fact that we can pay cryptocurrencies. And even 3 months ago, that wouldn't have worked because I would have sent, I don't know how much I gave to Substron Kill, maybe 50 or 100 trips. I would have had to spend $3 or $4 in fees. But now there's this new system called TipCC, which is based, it's like centralized and based on, we use XDAI. I know I'm saying like technical things, but like basically the ecosystem evolved by itself. And now we can pay people frictionless, in an incredibly frictionless way with zero costs. And this is changing everything. It's again, right? So it's, I can't imagine a better thing to do work wise in my life. So thank you guys for being with us. Thank you for spending time and doing things.
Yes, I think this is a big and great innovation that you spare time starting uh, ready to start and not collecting big money. And even this thing that you do as community, you have to work on small applications and small plugins, like plugins, and not having to build the whole platform, the whole OTA is, I think, is a good idea and works fine with Web3, where you are in competition not because you registered a trademark, but everything is open code. So you have an idea, you copy the code and make it better and relaunch it, and everybody else can recopy it and relaunch. So what matters is good ideas and good community behind the idea, and I think it is great.
I don't think most people realize what you just said.
Greta, apri al gatto per piacere.
The the fact that the
Aprigli di
code
là,
is open.
chiamalo.
It seems like okay, it's open code is something like open source is nice. Is like let's be friends. No, it makes innovation so fast. We've seen this with SushiSwap last summer, right? We were right in the middle of this. So you get Uniswap, who is an exchange, which is an exchange with open code, completely decentralized, probably the best project in crypto to date, right? For because it respects it checks all the check marks of being decentralized, et cetera, right? And then they make this announcement that they raised money from investors, and people freak out. And there's an incredibly good explication in Twitter from this clown, Red Crypto something, is an amazing account in Twitter, which basically says the story about Sushi Chef. This person who says, okay, Uniswap is great, but they got money from investors, which means now they're going to try to milk the cow, right? That's what investors do. They put money, they want more money out. We want the same, so it's understandable. And they copy the code, they improve the code in some parts, they copy parts of the code, they get code from other projects too, and they simply change the narrative. They say, we're not going to get money from investors. We're going to launch a token. Why Uniswap didn't have a token, right? We're going to launch a token, and you're going to get what the protocol earns. You are going to get it if you earn tokens. And everything moves to Sushi in like $1 billion, I don't remember. Moves in a few days. And we move too, right? And so Uniswap goes from 2 billion to 1 billion, and Sushi from 0 to 1 billion in a week, a project which did not exist a week before. And then what happens, there's some drama, there's some human mistakes. Everything goes back to Uniswap. And then Uniswap creates a token and everybody gets money, which is amazing. And then SushiSwap in the back doesn't die. Actually, they they went through a crisis, they get out stronger. And you are one of the people who said very early on, don't discount SushiSwap. Don't, because yes, they have this bad moment, but now they are even stronger than Uniswap because, well, why tell me why you think SushiSwap is better. And that's important for trips too, because we, in a couple of years, we're going to get into the situation with many protocols for bookings and these kinds of dynamics happening. So what's your take on SushiSwap here? Updated to today, because we haven't talked about it for a while. So
Sorry, Luca.
You're mute.
Oh, sorry,
You are.
sorry.
Okay.
I
Now you
was
are.
talking that I read some days ago. SushiSwap is now one of the fastest liquidity growing project on the blockchain. So this is great, and it means that okay, humans can make mistakes after a great lunch, and but if there is a community working behind it, and it can grow, and it is growing. I think in this last days, something like 10% a day in a day, and sorry, I changed argument. Sorry for that.
No, it's okay. I mean, Sushi Swap, like, because uh, as I was saying, people do not understand that open source code means incredibly fast innovation, right? And in a couple of years, we're going to have protocols for bookings, protocols for escrow, protocols for reviews. And by the time we have all those protocols and we put them together into like the decentralized Airbnb, the next day somebody can do something better than us, right? And which is fine. And that will mean incredible speed. And the problem here is not going to be that we're going to be attacked, because we are, the moment you create an open protocol, you're going to be attacked. So an adversary environment is what we need to grow. It's what's going to happen to Airbnb and Booking, all the others. There's no way they can keep up with that kind of speed. So, and we've seen this. We've seen this with the centralized exchanges like Uniswap against centralized exchanges like um, Binance or what's the name? Well, Kraken and all the others, who have, they are still there because it's the only way to exchange your dollars or euro, whatever you have, for crypto. Otherwise, you wouldn't
Sorry,
probably
a
do
moment. Renata is joining
it.
us. Is
So,
right? Renata is joining us. I let her in.
hey, Renata,
Yes.
sure.
Hello, Renata. Welcome, welcome, Mike.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ciao, ciao Luca.
Hello. Everything in English now.
Hey, Renata,
Today.
ciao. Yeah, we're in English here.
Oh, no.
Sorry, is that okay?
we are making a party for Bitcoin 20k, surpassing 20k.
Very strict.
Have you heard?
Pardon me?
Have you heard about the
No,
price,
no.
the Bitcoin price?
I got the message from Giovanni,
Oh,
and I was trying to switch on the notification on my desktop, but it's not working. I don't know.
Yes, yes. So
so we passed 20,000.
we are gone until 20,800 on Binance. It is a great
Are we?
movement. So because not only passing 20k, but greatly, doing greatly. I think in the next days, Bitcoin will go, for me for sure, 22 or 23k. K. And Luca, what you told, yes, it is great, and it is completely new, and I think normal people don't understand so well what is the difference between what we are used to with OTAs competing with closed code, where few people or many people, but always 100, not 200, and so a close number of people working at a code for month and month, and then putting this code online. And otherwise, many people coming and going and working on a code online all the time, and the code is open, and everybody can see the code during the work, and so the code is not protected, and this is a huge difference, because what makes the difference is not the protection, but if you are better first, and second, if you have a better support by people working behind this code. And this is great, and you can't compete with this. So in normal, so we as we are used with, we
Well, sorry, you done? Sorry, there was a delay. Okay. One way to explain this is like centralized corporations like Airbnb or Booking or Amazon. They get this piece of wood and they start carving the wood and they make it very nice and everything. And only they have access to the wood, right? So if I want to do an alternative, I have to get the money, buy the wood, and start all over again. Okay, so what happens is that after a while, nobody can reach them. Today, you can't beat Airbnb, you can't beat Booking at the same game. There's no way. Nobody's gonna put 500 billion, like $1 trillion, to make an alternative to Airbnb. It doesn't make any sense. So they effectively are a duopoly or oligopoly. There's a few of them, and the last thing they need now is real innovation. They want to keep making as much money as possible. That's the end goal, right? So innovation is not happening very much anymore. In crypto space, it doesn't work like this. You don't build on wood. You make Legos, plastic Legos, and you put them together. And anybody can simply copy your Legos and do something slightly different. Actually, it's like you're putting your Legos online and people can download them, or people who come to your home and say, give me a set of those Legos, and you have to give it to them because it's open, and they're going to build something just slightly different in a matter of 1 hour instead of 5 years and millions of dollars. So that means that instead of having one or two or three OTAs, online travel agencies, once the Legos are there and everybody can use them, you're going to have hundreds of them, right? Most will fail, but the level of experimentation which is possible will result in the fact that one of them is going to be much better than Booking or Airbnb. And we are seeing this first hand with Uniswap, right? And we've seen this with SushiSwap. That's why I'm so interested in looking at what's happening today already in DeFi, because the same things are going to happen in a year, 2, 3, or 5, who knows, in marketplaces, right? So we're learning, and by playing, we're actually understanding these dynamics, and that makes me every day more convinced that this is the future for marketplaces too. By marketplaces, I mean, Airbnb, but also Amazon and anything else. We're gonna reach a point where there's no competition anymore. They either adapt to this new model or they slowly go in. They're gonna disappear like a Kodak or a Blockbuster.
yes, I think we have to start to think that we are switching from a schema of fight, me against you, to a new schema of cooperation. I work with you, and because everything is readable, everything is open, I can check your code instantly during you working on it. And so the only difference is if I have support by a community, and if I have better ideas than your. And but even the idea has a specific time during which you can make your grow, because even you can copy my idea a few days later, or so if you can put it on work.
It's the win-win. It's
Yes.
a collaborative solution. It's collaborative learning. You can improve what I did. I can make a great job, and this is valid, has a market for a frame of time, and then probably the job is I mean, the market is changing. So you take the same code, the same resources, and you build something better. But it's not a matter of being better or not. I mean, it's a matter of being on that time when the market is requesting a solution. For example, the solution for selling and promoting our rental, our apartment, and that's a great way. I mean, it's the revolution of the Web3, and is the new way, and we are not. I am not ready for that, because I am used to people that are jealous of their own knowledge, not even of their own work, of the knowledge, and what I know that is small, a very very tiny part, but I need it's very important that I share my knowledge, because I want to enable someone else, and is the way that we can improve a job, we can improve a solution, we can improve, can change mainly.
Well, yes, Nata, you are right, and we always say whatever code we write, somebody can come and copy. But after they copy it, if we see that what they've done differently works better, well, we can copy it again, and we can copy their code again. So it goes both ways. There's an interesting story about I think Zcash, which started to use zero knowledge proof to make transactions private. And Bitcoin was going into that direction. That was one of the ways Bitcoin would acquire privacy. But then they discovered, so Zcash discovered an error in their white paper, and what happened is that they discovered that somebody could have minted billions of these tokens, cryptocurrency, but nobody knows because it's zero knowledge proof. So nobody knows today if Zcash has a supply of, I don't know, 100 million or 100 billion, 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 trillion. Nobody knows. We'll only will know it if these flood the market, right? And Bitcoin learned from that because Zcash copied Bitcoin. They made this mistake, and Bitcoin learned, okay, that's not the way to go. So they saved a lot of pain by letting people copy their code. So same thing with us. Let's imagine a scenario in Trips. We launch, then somebody takes the code, makes Trips2 with another name, and they decide that they like hosts need to KYC, right? Show the documents. And we were discussing this internally, and there was a big fight about this, right? And then they do it, and then it proves to be either very successful or very bad, right? We learn from that, and we can decide. We can take a decision based on data, which we didn't have to spend any time or money or even risking our project on it. So by letting people copy our stuff, we're getting something back anyway. So as you say, it's a win-win. I would say it's a win-win-win-win-win, right? The only thing which it changes that if you're an investor and you say, I believe in, I believe in Trips, and then somebody does better than us, you lose the money, right? But you can buy the token of the new project. And if you have the knowledge, you say, okay, Trips was great. These guys are better. I'm gonna buy token from those guys. That's it. I'm in. You know. So it's really a completely different way to do everything. We're still learning, of course.
I think this is the natural continuation of what happened with internet. Because I remember in the late 90s, for example, my father was one of the few people knowing a particular matter, I think, and everybody called him from all Italy for having the knowledge, for having information. And what happened with internet later was that many informations available to anyone on internet. You just check on computer and have the informations. And this is much more, but is the same direction, is natural growing of internet. And you can think that it doesn't go further. It goes further if you want, or if you don't want, because it is too much powerful, too much power. It has more power than natural.
It's exponential, right?
Yes, it's
It's,
exponential.
it's, it's
Yes,
exponential
yes.
because these things are not growing in a linear way, they're growing exponentially. Because the more people get in, the more software gets written, the more people can use the same software. It just reaches a point where, again, the centralized corporations, they cannot compete. What they can do is to get the same code. So, but then they have also to kind of change the way they work. And I always said that since the beginning, people ask, what if Airbnb does the same? Well, if Airbnb does the same, we're done. We don't need trips here. We need a protocol which is not expensive, not controlling people's life, not holding their reviews hostage. We need something fair, which just works, right? We need an infrastructure, a platform. If Airbnb does this, we have it. We're done. We don't need to do something different, right? Again, as Renata was saying, this is not about winning against somebody else. This is about doing something which makes everybody better off. Except, I mean,
Sorry,
maybe the
Luca,
investors.
I disagree with this. Because this is one side of the coin. The other side is that if the Airbnb does the things that we want to do, okay, it does it, and the next day, things change, and there are new problems and new ways to solve the problems. And I think in the old way, uh, the normal concerns can't compete. The normal, how do you say, industries. The normal.
Well, no, what I was saying is like,
Yes.
I think it's really, really hard for them to compete. But if for any reason they do it exactly as we plan or better, I mean, that was the end goal, right? To go away from a situation in which we are today, where all the money is made by early investors or investors of our corporation, and the hosts are getting very little. The guests are paying very much money in commission, even if they don't know it. So, in terms of probabilities, we'll see. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, if Airbnb is going to do and to build up something that is fair, uh, I would say I'm in. I will stay with the Airbnb. And okay, today I put down all the requirements because with Trips we are building. Uh, we built, we studied all the requirements of a fair vacation rental, um, how to say, OTA, okay? And so I, I, I prepared the change. I worked in a way so something changes. And I will work in the same way, because will not be 100% of what I need, because I will need something else, because I will move the vacation rental to the working rental, for example. And so is a new requirement, something better to solve this position, for example. So that's the idea, at least the way I interpreted the idea of what Luca calls protocols. So micro micro needs, micro part of software, a small part of software, very little, and every part is solving a new requirement. I mean, it's an easy way of explaining probably, but hope, hopefully you understand what I am trying to say. And but on the other way, the big company has to change not only the software. The big company is the elephant. The big company has to change the way it's working, the way it's deciding, the fast decision. The fact we are lucky because we are a small distributed organization, probably not even an organization, but we are experimenting in our way, the way of being small, fast, and distributed. So this is the process any company is going to face in the following years, days, months, on my point of view. So the change will be not only in the product, in the solution, in the packaging, but will be everywhere.
I agree.
I think that there is.
Let me. Yeah. Go
Yes,
ahead.
yes. Go on.
Go. I was gonna change subject now, so
Okay, I
go ahead.
absolutely agree, Renata. I think the old way is the elephant in the room, because there there are even other problems. For the normal um, industry, how do you say industry, concern, uh,
Corporation.
corporation? Okay, thank you. For the normal corporation, you have two main targets: to grow and to make money. And we don't have these targets as community. It is, we have the target is not to make money. The target it is to have the best service possible, and it is completely different. And if this is the target, the best possible service, you naturally grow, because you you let people pay less, and you give the best service if this is your target. And the other thing that I said, the target to grow, we don't have the target to grow. But if there are other communities that are in the same line with us, we can, how do you say, fusion, mix,
Merge.
merge. We can merge. We can merge. It is easier, and it makes more sense, and it goes faster for developing.
Well, I will be happy if someone
Um.
manage my,
Yeah.
my pension and invest in the right company instead of giving my money to the pension in Italy. That would be a good idea.
I wanted to change subject if you're okay with this, and talk about the community trips, because we had this Pivo. It's been a month already, a bit more, right? We found a way to attract people by basically airdropping tokens and asking for help and paying online with the for small tasks and other things. And this has been very successful. I think today we have let me see how many people we have. 3,762. So we had a growth faster than Bitcoin in that way. Joking.
Right.
And we were saying before, yeah, we were saying like this is connected to the Bitcoin all-time high because we've been working 3 years on this, and our main target was uh, the vacation rental industry. So we went to exhibitions, we talked to the hosts, we talked to the travel industry, we talked to everybody. And after all that time, we had like 600 people in Discord and just a few hundred around. So there was no, and there's still no interest. Mainly because they don't understand what we're talking about. Even if you explain it, it's something like, okay. But the all-time high means validation. That's the word I was looking for. And I was on Twitter right now checking this guy um, who used this word. Let me see if I can share with you. Oh, it's gone already. Twitter is too fast. So a whole time high, be it 20, 21, 25, whatever, and then another crash. Uh, it's a validation, right? And the fact that big corporations buy into this, and the fact that banks are gonna get involved, this validates us. That was what was missing. We were still perceived as people who talk about this weird technology. It could have been, the AI, which never comes, actually is already amongst us, or virtual reality, all these things you keep hearing, right? But until you have them, until you use them, you don't understand them. I don't understand uh, the VR, virtual reality, because I've never tried this. Okay, and I know that it's gonna change my and don't change crypto trips because they never tried it. They never done anything. And the same thing happened when the internet came along, and people couldn't understand it until they used it, right? So maybe one of the things which is going to happen here is validation, but from the vacation, from the travel world. But on the other hand, we decided to focus our efforts on the existing crypto people, right? And it's been amazing because everybody who comes in trips now from you know because there are tokens to be made, they understand crypto. Many of them are very young. For them, it's a no-brainer. Like, yeah, crypto, of course, money on the internet. Where is the problem, right? While most people we address until now, wait, I think I lost you. Nothing is moving.
No, no, va bene.
No, no, it's fine. It's fine. Everything is going.
Okay, it wasn't moving. Okay,
Yes.
and
Yes.
most people we were addressing the last 3 years were like, yeah, Bitcoin was money of the internet, whatever, right? So it completely changes the speed at which people can, and then they come in and then they try to understand trips, and it's much easier for them, right? It's like 30 years ago you would have to explain to a travel agent that there's going to be something like booking.com, and they would say, no, come on, online it takes 50 minutes to download a picture, it's full of criminals, it's slow, the pictures are small, it's never going to work, right? Same thing here.
Nobody
But
has
people are coming in.
this fake money. Nobody has this fake money.
Yeah. Yeah. All this, all these answers, which are like, oh my God, you went through the internet already. You are 50 or 60. You said the same things for the internet, and you still don't. Your brain, your mind is not open enough to say, okay, let me understand more. At least, right? Not to jump in, but like understand more. And most people, it's like, no. And but these new people are coming in, young people from all over the world, and I'm so happy because I'm a traveler. I traveled all over the world. I lived in many places in Thailand, in Indonesia, in Spain. I traveled in Australia, whatever. I mean, when somebody comes in trips from, I don't know, Indonesia, boom, my mind goes to Bali, where I lived. And somebody comes in from Venezuela, I was there, from Brazil. It's like I feel these people very close to me because I was amongst them for many years. And uh, with these people, you don't need validation, right? What they look at is like, okay, this project, does it have any chance to grow? And that's their judgment. It's not about the crypto or Bitcoin or whatever. This is done. We don't need to sell this. And I was so tired after a while to try to sell crypto in order to later sell trips. And talking about selling ideas, of course, right? And it just didn't work. So the decision we took is like, okay, they're gonna come. They're gonna come. One day Bitcoin's gonna do an all-time high, and maybe they're gonna start coming. Now, I made this joke on Twitter. Now all my ex-girlfriends are coming. It's not true, but it's
All
just
my friends
and
are
now
coming.
these people are gonna call.
All my friends are
Yeah?
coming.
Okay.
I told them to buy Bitcoin at 7,000, and now they are
There you go.
coming. And the other that are not coming, I say them, you will buy Bitcoin at 1 million when the bank is ready to sell it to you.
Yeah, that's a bit okay. But this is about Bitcoin, about money.
Yes, yes.
Fine. I mean, we
But
we discussed this at the beginning
you are
and
completely
whatever.
right.
But in our situation, what's going to happen? Once the people understand that there's something real in crypto in general or blockchain, whatever you want to call it, we will just have to explain why Trips is a good solution, right? We don't need to explain anymore why Bitcoin is a good solution, and it makes everything so much easier, right? And these people are clever. It's not like they don't understand things. It's like they don't like maybe to risk too much, and they're right probably because we spent 3 years on building nothing, right? In a way, why in this time they could make more money and grow their companies, right? So I don't blame them. We've been too early, as often happens, right? So maybe this Bitcoin all-time high means that it's not early anymore. Maybe it's starting now. It's starting where we're getting to a point where people are going to say, okay, I want to be into this. I understand this is the future. What should I do? And then we can go ahead, right? Maybe. So just try to understand what this all-time high is going to mean the next weeks. And let me finish with this. It's going to crash, and it won't matter. It won't matter because it's going to crash anyway, and we know it.
You always have this positive view. It's going to crash, of course, because what grows too fast, then
Well, at least either it stops. Yeah, no. If it stops to like what is it now, 20,700.
yes.
If it stops here, it won't crash. But
No, yes.
Once it goes up high, it's gonna crash. Of course, I mean we know it. We've been through
If
it.
it goes 30,000 in next days, it crashes, of course, and yes.
You said
I see. Yeah.
I'm sorry. You said the right word, Luca. It's validation. Now we are. In Italian we say sdoganati. It's something so. No,
It's validation. Yeah, validation.
and that's true. But hopefully, this is the idea of getting rich once more, and this is not enough. On my, in my mm, uh, in my opinion, it's no longer the simple idea of getting rich, because getting rich, now is high, then will go down, then will go up, and the trend is growing anyway. So the down will be less, and we are very positive it will be growing and growing and growing. And at the same time we had all this is the ways that is buying a lot of Bitcoin, um, thousands of million of dollars or a billion of dollars in Bitcoin. There were few mm, few movement very very big in these last days. So someone is playing the real game. I mean, and I guess even someone more, that there's no longer in a few wallets, but the big wallets are growing. The number of big wallets is growing. So there is a movement, a serious movement around what is not the fiat, FIAT money, against the FIAT money. So this is something, but is not only the idea of getting rich in a short time that is changing, and that we need to grow up as a community as well, or to on one side, okay, it will be easier to understand that it's not only the big coin that is let you trade and earn a lot of money, but will be even the small token like trips that is not giving you a lot of earning in short time. You cannot beat, beat non puoi scommettere, you cannot beat, non si dice beat on trips.
Bet, yeah, you can't bet.
You cannot bet on trips now. I mean, we are growing, but I don't know.
I bet on trips. I like to bet.
I bet the last 3 years of my life, so yes.
Yes, somebody
Didn't say
bets
it's a
on
good
it.
bet, but it's a bet.
It's the greatest
Let's
bet.
say if you are a careful person, you wouldn't bet on trips. If you're crazy like we are, then yeah.
As always, Lucas says.
So I see we have somebody from Bali here who's greeting.
Oh, how is
Giovanni.
going in Bali? I had to go to come there last summer, but everything is closed. So perhaps this next summer I would.
You were going to move, not just to travel, right?
Yes, to move for some months, not forever, for some months.
Yeah.
Perhaps next summer. Stay. How do you say? Stay tuned. Stay.
So let me see. There were some comments. Okay, there's a few comments about price, and okay, I mean, everybody can have an opinion, and nobody actually knows. Yeah, the point is here, since we're talking about all-time high and price, it will probably crash. The point is that if it goes on in crashing, but then having a higher low, so it crashes but doesn't go below a certain price, so it keeps going up like this, then it's fine. If it crashes to $1,000, well, it's gonna be bad, but who cares? We're gonna buy more anyway. So, and but
Not possible.
I think because the price is just a result of what's happening, right? And when you really follow this, you know what's happening. What's happening here is that big money is coming in. So I really doubt this is gonna kill Bitcoin in any way. I mean, it's just starting. The mainstream adoption hasn't yet started yet. So I'm pretty sure that we have a good a few years in terms of price, right? But then, even if Bitcoin, what's going to happen if Bitcoin crashes and 5 years from now doesn't exist anymore? All the technology which has been created on top of it will still be there, and that technology has nothing to do with the price. It's got its own value, right? So let's say Bitcoin dies and Ethereum survives. Well, we have Ethereum. What's the problem, right? There are different things, but still, it's a bad scenario. But even in a bad scenario where Bitcoin dies, we have Ethereum, we have all the rest, and probably something better than Bitcoin will come out of this anyway, right? So I'm not really worried about the price too much. And I'm pretty sure that if you look this in 5-10 years length, everything has just started. I see this as the money of the internet. Imagine if the internet had a token in the 90s, right? And in 1990, somebody tells you there's this new technology, the internet, and there's a token, and it's worth 1 cent. Imagine today how
Yes.
much the token
Yes.
would be worth. And even if that token died, something else would have come because the internet is there. The internet is valuable. I mean, we live on the internet basically, right? And this is gonna just get worse or better according to how you think life should be lived. But the internet of money is here to stay. Maybe it's gonna change name. Maybe it's gonna not be Bitcoin, but something else with the name of Bitcoin, as Antonopoulos says. It doesn't matter. I mean, the internet won't go away, and the fact that we discovered a way to move value across the internet without banks, this is not going away. This is a concept. It's an idea. We know how to do it. It's like, is the internet gonna ever go away? No, it's not. Even if it's destroyed tomorrow morning, somebody will rebuild it because now we know it can be done and we know how to do it, right? So, I mean, the next 10 years are gonna be very interesting in many, many ways. And I have the feeling, and because we are in the three of us, we are half with 1 foot in the vacation rental world, which until a year ago was growing and now is destroyed and it's gonna come back, and the other feet in crypto, right? And I have the feeling that thanks to crypto, we went through and we're going through this crisis, still with the feeling that things are gonna get better and they are positive, right? Because if I was only in vacation rentals, I would be desperate. I wouldn't know what to do, you know. So I'm very grateful that we were able to be into this world at the same time.
Yes, Luca, you are always so dramatic. Bitcoin simply can't go to €1,000 or $1,000 because.
I hope it goes so I can buy a Bitcoin.
But you say it isn't possible. It is not possible.
No, I don't know. Everything is possible. Come on,
everything is possible.
No,
but, okay,
everything is possible.
okay,
Whatever.
Bitcoin is not a stock, a stock market. No, is new money. So the value of the old paper money goes to the value to make the value of the new internet money. So if you work on it in these few days that it takes to have this stream between the old money and the new money, if you work on it, you have big money to do, I think. So this is my opinion.
You cannot confuse value and price. They're different things. Like
yes,
if,
of course,
bad things happen, and
of course,
China puts in jail everybody who has Bitcoin, and the same does America, and then in Europe you have only KYC.
On the other side,
it will go to 1,000. It will go to 100, right?
No,
But sorry, and
I'm
it will
not
go there,
sure.
but then it will go back because anyway.
Yes, I'm not sure. We go to 1,000 perhaps.
No, I'm not sure, but I'm saying it's possible.
My Bitcoin on my hardware wallet goes 20-fold sometimes later because perhaps all the other Bitcoins are away confiscated from some nation, and the other resting Bitcoins go up. No problem. If you
Well, because I didn't say it's gonna go to 1,000 and stay there. I'm just saying it's possible that it crashes to 1,000, and then
it's
maybe
possible
it's
that
go
it crashes,
more.
but
I don't know.
But
everything is possible.
The direction is clear.
If I had asked you when Bitcoin was a cent, if a few years later we would be talking about it.
Yes, I couldn't answer you. Of course. But
the other way is possible too. Let's remember that.
Yes.
Possible doesn't mean it's gonna happen.
Yes.
And possible it means.
And other thing is there are even now there is a better money than Bitcoin. Of course, somewhere some money, some token is better than Bitcoin, has more functionalities and everything else in the same time. But Bitcoin is Bitcoin. The community, the name, and everything. You have 1,000 types of Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is just that one. And the other
I agree on everything you say. I'm just saying let's I think the possibility is always there, always. So I didn't say
Always.
probability. I didn't say it's 10%. It could happen. I mean, if it happens, if it goes to $1,000, I'll be, I
I'm
won't be
happy to
happy,
buy.
but it's not gonna.
I'm
I
if
won't
it
be like
goes
with
to
open
thousand
mind and say,
dollar,
I didn't know.
I'm happy to buy. If it goes to $1,000, I'm happy to buy.
Yeah, of course, $1,000 I would buy,
Yes.
unless something happens which makes it like, no, this thing is
Yes.
gone. But we are here because we have an open mind. So let's try to keep the open mind. So we reached two, 2,783. Okay, it keeps going. It keeps going. Interesting. Let's see if you have some comments. So we have Video Lawa Lukman, I suppose, from Bali.
Greetings to
If all
Bali.
holders of trips save, if he said he was, or she said it was for Bali, yeah. If all holders of trips savings it for long terms and selling on high price, sure trips become $1 trips, make it like stable price of trips token. Okay. Yeah, no, I can't speculate on the price of trips because I don't know. I have no idea where this is gonna go. And then my name, which I think is Bogdanov, was saying that some trips whale bleed the trips. Yes, it happened twice already. It happened twice, and it's gonna happen again. I mean, ways be ways, right? When they need money, they sell what they have. Um, in terms of the trips token price, I look it very long term. I'm very happy it has a price actually. And our problem here is not the price. Our problem today, the problem we need to solve, is the liquidity pool. It's very small. It's extremely small for a project like this. So we are talking internally how we're gonna grow this pool, and the price. It's at this moment is not the metaphor I use is not a price written on paper, which is clear. It's very transparent with this pool. Even if you see 0.8, it's you can't even see it, right? Because it can change very quickly. If you had $1 million in a pool or $10 million in the pool, then it's really clear characters, right? A clear font. So now I'm not looking too much at the price. I'm looking at making these numbers, these digits, very clear, and we need pool for that. We need people to take the risk and put this money into the pool. So I'm excited about Geyser. That's an interesting thing we're gonna do soon.
Yes, what
So Giovanni,
happens?
you didn't really follow Geyser too much, right?
No, no, no. I didn't have time for it. But
Not
it,
yet.
It's actually pretty simple.
yes, yes.
When you buy, let me explain it so maybe somebody else can also learn about this. When you put your money into a pool, you put trips and ether, for instance, in Uniswap, and then you keep them there. And with Geyser, you can take this token which you receive from Uniswap. It's the liquidity pool token. You upload it. You send it to the smart contract of Geyser, and you start seeing on your screen the trips growing. So you get rewards in trips, and in any moment you can take them out. That's it. It's farming. It's liquidity farming. That's all. There's only one new thing compared to the liquidity farmings we're used to, is that before you, at the moment in which you withdraw and you have, let's say, 100 trips, you can buy Geyser tokens, spend them, and multiply these trips to 2 times to 3 times. So maybe you can get 300 trips instead of 100 trips. So you say, oh, okay, so trips is going to lose money because we put the trips, right? Only at the moment in which we create the smart contract, we put the trips into it, and then as far as I remember, it's done. We can't add more or leave or take away, right? And then it's really decentralized. It's there. We lose control, and it just goes right for 30 days, a month, or 2 months, or a year. So the moment you withdraw your liquidity tokens, you can say, I want to multiply my reward. You buy the geysers, and the funny thing, the interesting thing is that these geysers go to us. So yes, we are losing trips 2 times, 3 times more than planned, but we get geyser, which we can sell and we can use for funding the project. So this is a new concept I haven't seen around so far, and we're gonna try 1 month and see what happens. It's we have to test. Of course, the problem is always the fees, because if you have 10, like $10 worth of trips, you're not gonna do it. It's gonna be, all these movements are gonna cost you gas fees. That's the big problem with the Ethereum network, and I really hope they do a version on XDAI. It will open it to many more people.
Yes.
Does it make sense how I explain it?
Yeah, a bit, a bit complicated, I may say.
Eh, yeah, it is if you never done farming. Or if you've done farming, it's clear. So,
Okay, I'm ready. Because the pool.
but even have you done the liquidity pool in Trips? Have you put some? Yes, right.
So the
So in your wallet, in your MetaMask, you have some token which is called Uni V2 LP.
Mhm.
Maybe you didn't notice, but you have it, right?
Yes, yes.
And this token is like a cambiale, like it represents your trips and your
Received. I
ethers,
received.
ether which you put in the pool. So you got
I
something back,
received.
right? It's not that a receipt, yeah. Now with these tokens, you can take them and you can farm trips. So you plant these tokens in a smart contract and you grow trips. That's why it's called yield farming, right? This is nothing new. You couldn't do it with trips. You cannot do it with trips yet because there's no protocol which accepts them. But with Geyser, we're gonna do our own. So it's like they give us the way to do a small garden where you can plant your liquidity tokens and grow trips. And that should allow, it should incentivize more people to put money into the liquidity pool of trips in Uniswap, because you can actually make some extra trips.
Yes. I see.
But as with everything, you understand it when you do it. There's no way
Yeah,
to just explain it.
it's not a matter of. I mean, it's not a technical. It's not a technical difficulties. I mean, you have a wallet, you have a smart contract, you move, you swap. I mean, this is let's say clear, but and it's a great goal from my side. But okay, you're right. We have. I mean, last time I was having 25 0.25 no $25 of fee. So I stopped it and waited and then dropped down to 14. Then I waited and then dropped down to 4, and then I decided, okay, I throw away $4. I wanted to make this movement, and I throw it away because I mean I don't like it. But it's true. We hopefully, I mean,
But
it's
did you
not,
get any reward for this from in Uni tokens?
not yet, no, because when I tried to, it was too late. Nor I.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and now there is the other one. I don't remember which is, and I mean, I'm not moving anything. I mean, I need to buy some ether to buy. So I'm stuck there for a while. And then I probably I will lose the opportunity. You're right. You have to be fast and and reaching this time. I had no ether on my wallet. But in the community we did
Yeah, you have to be fast. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and but in the community we were not very clear in understanding, or better in explaining what is the in the small pool. You cannot move so much the quantity. You have to move small quantities if you want to sell, because the impact on the value is important. Then after, I mean, if my um, 30% of the pool of if the someone who has the 30% of the pool wants to sell everything in that very moment, the price will drop, the value of trips. In this case, it's the value. Not sure, but will drop of one
Price.
2 points. I don't know. So this is something, because we have the pool very small right now, so we need to move in a grown up in the pool for a while, because before understanding better this movement, if I got what you were saying, Luca. Okay.
Imagine when all the fees problems are gone, when everybody has a wallet and you can just play in Ether as we are playing Nixdai. And we again, we are experiencing this, a blockchain without fees. We see this in Nixdai every day, and that changes everything again, because you just do things without worrying about the price. If it costs you $1,000, so 0.0001, you just do things all the time. And I'm waiting for that day, and I can't imagine how much bigger everything is going to be at the time. So we are learning, we are positioning ourselves, and we hopefully are going to be able to write some protocols so people can use. And when this goes mainstream, it's going to be just beyond what we can even imagine, I think, today, in everything, in price, in usage, in how better things are going to be. So these Uniswap pools and this yield farming, this is all very complicated, and you playing with money, and sometimes you get stuck because you have $100 worth and $50 in fees, and still it's happening. It's happening anyway in this environment. Imagine, it's like the road is bumpy, but cars still go through. Imagine when we have a highway.
Hmm.
It's a sort of Sim City. You remember the
Say again?
it's a sort of Sim City. Do you remember we had a computer game that was
Sim City, yeah.
City or
Yeah, I never played that one yet.
oh yeah, I did. I had a demo version, and if you quit the game, you lost all the change. So I used to spend the nights in front of the computer to play CD. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so what else to say? I just see Twitter, crypto Twitter is going crazy. Oh, Bitcoin is trending now, of course.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course, of course. With the pool, this thing with the pool, with Uniswap, etc., is uh, partly new, because it is not so old, and we are trying. And nobody of us knew how a pool functions before making the pool. And so now we tried, and we made some experience from it, and we know what to do with this type of pool of Uniswap. And who knows what comes in next time, what type of new
Who knows?
decentralized exchanges come, and perhaps even new type of pairs, for example, like this one pair, like this new type of pair, trips geyser, no, this is all new.
Now imagine, it was 1 year ago, we were in Milan and we heard Uniswap for the first time. Remember, 1 year ago?
Yes.
And Uniswap was like nothing. I think they had maybe a few tens of thousands of dollars in liquidity. The whole Uniswap. Let me check this, because this is really crazy. So Uniswap info. it's a year. It was a year and 8 days ago, more or less. It was the 8th of December, right? And let me check because I really want to see this number before I go ahead. Oh, we touched 20,812 now. Okay, it's growing.
I knew it.
And huh?
I knew it.
You knew it, right? I didn't say it's gonna go to 1,000 today or something. So let's see. Look, Uniswap. It starts in well, the Uniswap info page actually starts tracking from May 12th. Because it's Uniswap 2.
Yes,
So
yes.
let me check Uniswap 1.
They are now
Uniswap
working on Uniswap 3.
version 1.
The
3, yeah.
2.4, was it?
Hmm?
There was a fork on Uniswap, or the fork of Uniswap was Honey.
There are many forks, and one of them, the perhaps most known is SushiSwap,
Okay,
but there are many.
okay.
I think HoneySwap on XDAI chain is just few months old.
Yeah. Actually, XDAI, I was looking. It's backed by interesting companies like Gnosis is
Yes,
behind
yes,
XDAI, and a few
yes.
others. It's not like a small project from some
XDAI
random
was
people.
born in Berlin in one Berlin conference 2 years ago, and I think
Okay,
the time we met the French guy
Clement from
Clément
Kleros.
Clément of Kleros. The XDAI was just born few days before.
Okay.
It was really new at that time.
While I download, it is not opening Uniswap info. There's a question from I think Bogdanov. No, where is it? Yeah, when we're gonna get on CoinGecko? Uh, I checked the CoinGecko form where you request to add a token, and he had some uh, pretty high requirements in terms of liquidity. But then I've seen tokens which have no liquidity or like very little. So I was thinking maybe we can try to submit. Still thinking about it. It would be nice to be there, but we have very little liquidity. So I don't see the. Oh, there you are. Uniswap info. No, it's gone again. It's gone again.
Are you thinking?
Anyway, a year ago, Uniswap was nothing. Like only a few people very deep into the space knew it and were excited. And now it's huge, right? It took a year. So imagine a year from now, because also the speed is not linear, so it's not doubling every year. It's exponential. Things are exponential. So a year from now, actually, if you want to know what happened a year ago and a year today, we have to look 6 months ahead. That's what I mean in a way, right? And then 3 months ahead,
Uniswap launch
more or less.
November 2018.
Are you
November
kidding?
2018 launch.
Oh,
Yes,
18. Okay, so we
18,
we learned
18.
about it a year after. Okay. Wow.
With a grant
So there's
from Ethereum Foundation.
let's see.
$100,000 grant from Ethereum
Yeah,
Foundation.
yeah,
November 18 is two
yeah. I'm
years
trying
ago.
to see the liquidity on the version 1, but the unicorn keeps running. It's not showing me anything. But
Okay,
anyway, it was
I have it.
okay. How much was it in December 8th, 2019?
19? Okay, let me check. No. I don't know what I
You
see
have the
is
version 2.
for the future, perhaps November 19. Roadmap. No, this is the roadmap for the future. Leave it.
Okay, Swap version 1 info. So it was in June when we added trips, probably around June this year. It was below a million, or no, I don't want to say numbers without looking. Give me a second. It's not downloading for me, so. Okay. Oh, everything very slow. Oh, there you are. So when we added the tokens, it was June, and the liquidity was $16 million. Right now, it's 10 times more in a matter of 6 months. It even went to almost 4 billion, 3 billion something, right? From 15 million, right? That's the kind of growth we can expect in these kind of things, in anything. And now that we touched the all-time high, we 20,860 right now. We are on an all-time high again. Now that you touch this, it will speed up things again. No matter now where the price will settle in the next few months. Just the fact that it went to the attention of people again. Reuters wrote about it 20 minutes ago, so I expect newspapers and media writing about this, saying probably that just waiting for it to crash a bit to say it's dead again, but they're gonna talk about it, and this changes things again. This makes things faster. Maybe if you don't know how this world ecosystem works, you may think that it doesn't matter what the Bitcoin price, we're doing something else, but it actually has a big influence on everything else. It's like with planets. Bitcoin is the big planet, and all the rest is going around it. What the big planet does influences all the other planets too. So this all-time high is a big thing. Now, we are still around the price of 3 years ago. So 3 years ago we almost touched 20,000. So we haven't seen much. Imagine if this goes to 30 or 50, then you're gonna have the real noise around it, right? I mean, we haven't seen anything yet in terms of people talking about it. And you said your friends called you, but in my case, so the level of excitement that was 3 years ago is by far is not there. It's not there. It's still below the radar, 100%.
It's behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, because
People are not
banks
looking at it yet.
banks are buying it and shh.
Yeah, definitely. They don't
And
want to.
they are telling TVs and paper, don't read and don't speak about it. Because first we have to buy it and then we have to sell it.
You're right. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Let's see if we see any news about this. I'm not seeing news anywhere. CNBC, of course, they are economy, about the economy. They have to talk about it. But mainstream media, let's see, CNN or BBC World or Italian newspapers, at the moment, nothing.
The Italian newspaper make no story.
They copy it.
No, they make no. They make no story. No way.
Nah, they don't. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
They are not relevant.
yeah, don't.
Yeah. So CNN, nothing.
Okay.
BBC, nothing at the moment. So yeah, we may, as you say, Giovanni, we may get into that situation in which it's happening, but nobody talks about it because they want to buy more.
Yeah.
We
But
see this as possible, yes.
you lived the 2017.
Ho fatto anche la terza, però non sono riuscita a finirla.
Rita.
Mi si vede?
Okay, you lived the 2017.
Sorry, what did you say, Renata, about 17?
but you leave the 2017 boom. It was near the end of the year, so it was the same days. Don't. It was like that. Do you remember?
Yes, it was actually a good question. When was it?
It's what
Let's see.
it's a Christmas. It's a Christmas.
It was 16 December. No, this is now.
Okay. Days.
Let me see. It's a good point actually. When was the all-time high?
Curiosity. Eh?
We have the chart online.
I don't see it. Why I don't see it?
Yes, you see.
5,000, 3 years. Something wrong with the. No, there's something wrong with click to compare. Can you see Uniswap 1? It keeps loading for me. It's not showing anything. I'm curious about that number.
What do you mean? What do you mean with Uniswap
It's
1?
completely dead.
What about
The
Uniswap?
one, yeah, I want to know how much liquidity there was in December 2019.
Okay, I check.
Here's the link. It keeps running and running, but it's not giving me a number. And I can't neither.
At which date?
Something wrong.
Which time?
Let's say 8th of December, more or less.
Okay.
1 year, 3 years. October, July, January. No. Oh, that was 3 years ago. Okay. The last chart. Now we're gonna see it.
I see something
20,000
about 20,000. Yes.
How much?
20,000 million. It's possible.
20 million.
20 million, sorry. Of course. 20 million.
20 million. Right. 20 millions. Okay. And you went to almost 4 billion a year later. So yeah, that was to confirm that once these things start, the growth is just unbelievable. And now I'm trying to see when was the day of the previous all-time high. And then there you are. Finally, I get it. I think many people are checking these charts right now. Everything feels very slow. Oh, there you are. So it was the 27th December, was it? More or less. No, 15 December, look.
Yes, I remember at the end of December. More or less.
Yeah, no, I remember that too. I just like, maybe it's, if it's the same day, that would be funny. Today is 16 December. And that all-time high. Yeah, no, forget it. It's just showing the wrong things here. Okay. Yeah, well, it's not very clear because it's about 16th of December. No, these days, huh? This is 1 year exactly.
No,
That's weird.
No, it's magic. It's pure magic.
That's weird. So yeah.
And imagine the people that today receive the.
I should.
Imagine the people that today receive the stolen Bitcoin again, the blocked Bitcoin, from that exchange that closed 2 years ago. and they received.
Mount Gox?
Yes, I don't
No,
remember
that
the.
the Mount Gox wasn't 2 years ago. It was many years ago. It was like at least 2012 or something.
Let me check.
So
But
a
they
few years
received
ago.
they
And
received the money
if they got the money,
yesterday, I think, or today or yesterday.
really,
They get part of the money
so we should have had a
again
crash.
back. Yes, today it should be a crash. Today.
It's funny. Well, maybe the crash is tomorrow then.
Mo- I don't think so.
Everything's possible.
But everything is possible. Reddit.
Oh, look. Okay. All right. Do we have anything else any subject to talk about? Because I kind of ran out of ideas here. Unless
No,
somebody
no.
wants to ask questions in the comments. I think we should stop before it crashes. Imagine being live and it crashes to 1,000. Today I made an airdrop of 2,000 trips. Have you seen?
Of course. Yesterday was a great day. Really
We didn't talk
funny.
about yesterday. You're right.
I'm
Oh,
curious to
yes,
see
yes.
to hear from the community, from the people following now online,
Yeah.
what
Yeah, guys,
how
let us
they
know because
felt
yeah,
the day yesterday.
if the feedback was very good yesterday before leaving. But yeah, it would be nice to have a feedback now too. Yeah.
For me, it's really fun, and I'm so
It was
happy.
fun. It was nice.
Yes, of course, because for me, of course, it's not matter of the money you receive, but everything is like going to Luna Park and make video games. Everything is so fast, and everybody is coming. And at in one moment, Federico came. Federico from the Italian community, and he stood a couple of minutes, and then he wrote, "I quit. It's too fast for me."
It's too much for him.
Too much. Crazy. Crazy. And my
No, it was good. Go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, just one funny thing. My daughter is playing too in the community, and he was in town, and he was, I think, somewhere in one bar with friends, and I told her, I called her, and hey, big airdrop on 1,000 trips. So it was 0,005 ether, and I and he did it. He took it, and all the friends of her are trying now, or yesterday was trying to open an account on Discord. They download the Discord, and it happens.
Oh, why in the bar?
What you tried for years, and that do you I remember I was with you in Florence, around a round table, no, with people, and you was trying to explain them how to open an Ethereum account and receive the first trips, and it was okay. I did it. I'm happy I did it, but it was partially boring. At least compared to what happens now. What I totally enjoy.
Yeah, there's a bit of an aspect of like kind gaming, like hacking people, right? We want people to come in trips and do things and get in, and so have our numbers grow, but also do things, etc. And we're paying for this. At first, it may feel like, well, you're paying people to do things, and it's kind of somebody may have a bad feeling about this. But then you think what we're doing, what people are doing, have been doing for the last 10 years. You're paying Facebook and you're paying Google to do this for you in a much more uh, subtle way, and also in a much more manipulative way, right? And not only these people are, we are manipulated when by Facebook and Google
and
to
even
go to
a
some websites to buy,
much more
but we get nothing.
negative way, because you give money the big companies that work against
Yeah.
you, against the freedom of people. And this is, we are now on Facebook Live, but sorry if I close this streaming. I close the window, Facebook window. I clear the cache. I erase all the history. I'm not on Facebook, so all the time.
I'm really happy because for for a long time we said, okay, we should do advertising on Facebook, we should raise money to pay Google, etc. We never done it because it felt like buying buying from them people, right? And normally they would send you people who don't really care, they're just there to do click farms, etc. And today we can say, we don't need you anymore. We don't need your Facebook. We don't need your Google. We found a way to grow. And people are rewarded. So we are sending $1 in Bali, $1 in Vietnam, $5 in somewhere in Venezuela. It goes to the people. Yes, we paid for this, but people got money, real people, right? And this is so much better than the old game, right? And it's even better because Facebook didn't allow any cryptocurrency advertisement anyway. So I won't say any swear word, but you know what I would say, right? We don't need you. Get lost. Now we found a way. Web3 works without you. Thank you. And a very
look
interesting
at,
thing
look at,
is,
look at.
you want to target some specific people, right? Say, go ahead.
Sorry if I interrupt you. Uh, did you read the news of yesterday? Pornhub was banned from money receiving from Visa and Mastercard, and they decided to accept only crypto. I think this is great,
I read
because
in somewhere that they
because
accept
it
crypto.
it
Yeah, yeah.
shows it shows it shows that we don't need to go through fiat. You you don't want us, and we don't want you. You
Well,
don't.
exactly. Think about Facebook. Facebook, when you say Facebook sells data, right? They don't really sell you the data. They tell you, I know everybody on the world, right? I know you want to reach a specific kind of person. I know who it is. Pay me, and I'm gonna allow you from your page, basically. I'm gonna allow you to reach them, right? With crypto, look what
But
was it Near
you
Protocol?
can't do
They
it
airdrop a couple
if
of hundred.
you can't do it if you are a crypto community on Facebook. So,
No, you can't. But not only that, um, there was this airdrop a few weeks ago, Mir Protocol. I got about $250 because I had more than 100 uni in my wallet. And then I was thinking, what is that? Why are these people doing that? Well, they're doing it because they are able to reach an early adopter. They don't need to pay a third-party companies. MetaMask or Etherscan or the blockchain tells them who are their targets. So Facebook hides this data and sells it to you, sells you access to the data. The blockchain is open, and anybody can say, okay, I want to target people with at least one Ether who have played on Uniswap and whatever, and you create your target, and then you reach them by giving them money. And instead of spending money through a company, you just give money to people. It does make sense. It feels weird, but it makes sense.
Yes.
So I'm very happy because we are able now to grow the community in this way, which I feel is much more organic than anything else. And may I add the fact that we didn't put this money, the $400, we didn't actually put it. It was put by everybody, so it's even more sustainable. The pressure, of course, is going to go on the Trips token, but this is so different from everything we've done so far that it takes time to really understand what we're doing, and it's really really interesting. Yeah, we're reading the chat. So what happened here? Uh, let's see. Somebody complaining we're not reading the chat.
Let me, with your kind permission, I had a meeting in 10, 12 minutes. So
Okay, Renata.
Okay.
Thank you for being with us.
thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye. Ciao. Ciao, Renata. I don't know. Subscribe to what? Who got 23 cents of Ether? Yeah, of course. Yeah, I told 23.23 Ether. Okay. We chat. TipCC error. Oh no, it doesn't work here, TipCC. You have to go in Discord. All right. I think we can close it here, and then see if he goes to new all-time high. You can do another one. What do you think? Oh, you're gonna wait for Don Valerio was gonna come later? What do you want to do, Giovanni?
Oh, no, we can close because Valerio told he can't come.
Okay then. How long did we go on? Almost 2 hours. Okay, let's say.
Whoa, it's enough.
Okay, cool. All right, so thank you everyone for joining. Okay, since you are online, I'm gonna go after we close this. I'm gonna go and airdrop a little bit, and I'll try to make it go only to you, make it easy. How can we do? We can do it in a channel nobody expects. What do you think? Let me check on Discord what we can do. Give me a second. Okay, let's go in press and new. No, you cannot go there. Give me a second. Why? Oh yeah, well they're all closed anyway. So in suggestions, there's a channel called suggestions.
Everybody to suggestions.
Say again?
Everybody to suggestions.
Yeah, you go there, and as soon as we close this, I'm preparing the message now. So airdrop, and it's gonna last like 10 seconds, okay? Airdrop. Am I in suggestion? No, I'm in the wrong channel. Give me a second.
Boom,
Let
boom.
me write it. Airdrop 50 trips. I don't know if seconds should work, right? 10 seconds. Well, let me test it first in.
Am I allowed to call here?
You are, of course.
Everybody.
Everybody. Let me see.
Everybody.
Yeah. 10 seconds. Let me see if it works. People are clicking. Okay, great. So come in suggestions. Of course, you already have to be verified, otherwise it wouldn't work. And there's gonna be no, don't do this, Giovanni. Don't write it.
Okay.
It's only for people who are.
Okay.
Ah, no, we're gonna change channel now. Wait,
No,
wait,
no,
wait.
no.
We
I
change.
think I didn't call. I
Okay.
didn't call.
Oh yeah, it didn't work. You don't have permission, I think. So I'm gonna airdrop 50 trip for 10 seconds, and get there now. I give you 1 minute, and then we're gonna close this. If you can see
Big
suggestions,
game.
it's because you are not validated. Sorry, you have to be verified. You have to subscribe to the.
Who you mean?
No, there's Crystal. Maybe some people are not in. If you're not validated, verified trips, you won't be able. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm gonna do it now, huh? 1, 2, 3, and there you go. Ah, no, it doesn't work. I have to give permissions. Give me a second. I have to give permissions to tip.
Wrong start.
Tip CC. I have to give permissions. Read, send. Okay, gonna do it again. Oh, and save it. Hello. Okay, works now. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Done.
Whoo!
How many people did it? Let's say
4.
10 seconds. 4 only, huh? That's good.
5,
6, 7, 8.
8,
8.
9,
Not bad, huh?
10.
Oh, 10 is finished. Yeah, more than 10 trips each.
12.
Great. No, but
Ended.
they're out. They're out. It's over. Okay, guys, congratulations.
Woo!
We are closing here. Bye, everybody.
Oh, great 20K celebration.